Hello guys, welcome to JD Bots. In the last video we had seen how to connect to bot framework to database. We had used local server DB. In this video we will be using Azure DB. Okay, let's get started. First of all, we have to create a SQL server in Azure. I'll create a resource group so that I'll keep all my resources in that. Inside my resource group, let us add some resources, and resources will be SQL database. So here we give the database name. I'll give it as employee DB, and I had created a server with the name JDBot server. If you had not created any server, you can create it over here. You just have to provide the server name, admin login, password. Okay. After we have created the server, let us configure our database. By default, it will be selected as standard. Please make sure you select based on your requirement. My requirement is pretty less, so I'll be selecting the basic. With that, I think for me 100 MB is more than enough for the demonstration purpose. Let's keep all the settings to default and create our database. It will take a while to create our database. Our DB is ready. Let's go to the resource and create some tables. So this will be the resource, and inside that resource, go to the query editor, provide the login details, login and password which you had given at the time of creating the server. First, we'll write some queries. Create table employee, and let's give first column, that is employee ID. Let's keep it as varchar with length 10, and also give the constraint name as pk employee ID, and we'll give this as primary key. And the second column will be employee name. Let's keep the size as 50. Yeah. Initially, let us add some data in our table. Insert into employee with values. Let's give EU1001, and the employee name, let's say Steve. Let me copy this and add few more entries. I think 4 would be enough. Let's say this one is Rob, Bob, Jane. Okay, now we have created our table with columns employee ID and employee name, and here we are adding some data to our table. Let's run our query. Affected rows 4. Let's see whether we can see our data as we were able to see in Visual Studio. Let's see whether we can see it over here as well. Yeah. So this is a select query which provides the top 1000 entries in our table. And here you see all the 4 entries we have got. Fine. Now we'll need a connection string to connect to our database. So under settings, click on connection strings, and here you will find Ado.NET connection string. Since we are using the entity framework approach, this connection string is used for us to connect to the database. So let us launch our Visual Studio. First of all, let me open our last project, that is Echo DB bot. I'll be using the same code, and except we'll be connecting to the Azure DB instead of our local DB. So this was our last project where we have created an Echo bot and connected to our local database. Okay, let me show you how this works. We are testing our local DB connection. We are yet to start with the Azure DB connection. So I'll give it as E1001. So in my local DB server, E1001 is Luna, and let's say who is E1003. It is Steve. Okay, now let's keep this aside and create a new project. We'll be using the same template, that is EchoBot template. Let's select the project type as AI bots, and let's select the EchoBot template .NET Core version 3.1, and I'm gonna give the name as Echo Azure DB bot. So in the beginning we have to install some packages. SQL Server, along with this we have to install the tools. Okay, both the libraries are installed. The next task is scaffolding. Make sure your default project is selected over here, that is Echo Azure DB bot, and let me give the scaffolding command. Remember, this was the same command we had used last time. So we'll be modifying this command. This is the connection string used for the local DB server. We'll be replacing this with the Azure DB connection string. Go back to your Azure portal and copy this connection string. We'll start from TCP and copy it completely. And we'll replace starting from data source. Okay, so data source is our server name, that is TCP. It is using TCP protocol, and is our server name with the port. Also this is our database name, that is employee DB. This is the user ID you have to provide. So whatever user ID you had given while creating the server, you have to provide it over here along with the password. Okay, rest all things remains as it is, and let me put the password here. And let us launch this command. Yeah, so in our project directory a new folder is created with the name models. Inside the models folder we have the employee class and DB context class. Employee class, employee is the name of our table given in the database with two columns, employee ID and employee name. Okay, this is the same DB context created which was created in our last video while connected to the local DB server. Here also the connection string is hard coded inside our code, so make sure you put this connection string in the app settings or JSON file and read the JSON file inside the code. Okay, that process I won't be doing as such, so I'll directly go with the getting the data. Okay, now open your EchoBot CS class and just copy paste the code which we had written in last time. So we have to create the object of DB context. Along with that, let me copy the method fetch employee name. And here I'll be replacing the name of the DB context, which is employee DB. Employee DB context. Let's import this one, and let me copy this to other places as well. Now we have to import the link queries. And also import the exception using system, and here let's keep this as e dot. Let's see what name we have given. It is employee ID. employee ID equal to number. Equal to number. Okay. Now let's modify the on message activity. Let's copy paste the same code. It is employee ID, not employee number. Fine. Let's modify the welcome message as well. I have connected this bot to Azure DB. Fine. Let's run. Debug. Start with our debugging. There seems to be a problem since the IIS server is already launched with this application. Let me close this one. Let's try once again running. Yeah, here we got the name Azure DB bot, and let's okay, this is the same endpoint URL. Launch your emulator, restart the conversation, and this time we are connecting to our Azure DB bot. That is, I have connected this bot to Azure DB. Let's ask who is 1001. It is Steve. Let us go and check in our Azure DB whether this is correctly mentioned. So E1001 is Steve. Let's say who is E1004. It should reply as Jane. It is replying me as Jane. Let's say who is E1002. It is Rob. Okay. Fine. Okay, that's all from my side in this video. Thank you all.